Hi guys, today's Wednesday and I have a home self-employed day.
If you're also juggling multiple things like I am, like a day job, a side hustle that you're trying to establish into a proper business, family, life, health, you'll know how important it is to maximize what you can get done out of the little time you have for each thing. After a bunch of trial and error, I want to show you my routine and the productivity hacks that I've incorporated to help me stay focused and get stuff done.
I have a little bit of an imposter syndrome making this video at all. If a real full-time real estate investor or proper real business person watches this, they'd be like, what the heck is she doing all day? Or if a normal person who works full-time or has 2 jobs sees this, they'll be like, you get a home day, must be nice. But I'm still gonna throw it out there because I think there is value in seeing how other people structure their day. And if you're in a similar boat, this might give you some perspective and maybe you'll feel like, hey, I'm not doing so bad. All right, I'm gonna go get the kids. I'll be back.
Alright guys, it's 9 o'clock and I just got done with the school run, and honestly, this kind of flexibility is one of my favorite things about having these home days, that I get to spend time with the kids, take them to school. Anyway, I like to start my day by picking out my 3 main tasks that I want to focus on for today over some breakfast and coffee. You probably also have a long to-do list on an app like Todoist or Motion, and that's great. It helps clear off mental space. Each of the tasks on the to-do list likely fall into one of the 4 quadrants in the urgent versus important matrix. Urgent and important are crises, things that really have to be done right away. Urgent but unimportant are interruptions. Ideally with some planning, these can be minimized, but regardless, they do take our attention away. Non-urgent and important stuff is where a lot of good things happen. These are your goal setting, vision setting, and planning, but these can be really easily pushed aside if we don't allot time to accomplish that. And then obviously there are the non-urgent, unimportant things that distract us, like random internet browsing, busy or low-value tasks that don't really need to be done. Specifically for a home day like today, knowing that I have this glorious 6-hour chunk where I get to really focus and do some deep work, it's perfect for some of these bigger projects, and I want to take advantage of that uninterrupted time. So instead of sorting my to-do list by due date and then just going down the list and checking things off, I sort of treat it like a database of all the things that need to be done at any point in time and handpick the 3 items for today. I've tested doing it multiple ways, but turns out this is just the most efficient and also really the most gratifying because I get to check off everything on this list and like peel this off and throw it away at the end of the day. And as for smaller tasks like paying monthly tourist taxes for our Airbnb or remembering to buy a birthday gift for our kid going to another kid's birthday, I add all of those tasks into Motion AI and just let the AI thing schedule it for me. And it's really good at picking out the discrete time blocks between appointments, or if I'm stuck waiting in the school pickup car line. Those miscellaneous tasks fit really well into the smaller time slots. So I try not to let those like kind of important but little things clutter up my day and break my focus. So far, I've made some progress on the filming of this video, as we are doing right now. And the next thing I want to work on is kind of researching the SEO and blog content for my short-term rental. I'm strategizing what to put on my direct booking website, so it's taking a little bit of research and planning. I'll have to share more in a future video, but so far, actually, it really reminds me of YouTube in that there is so much outdated advice about like sneaking little keywords in the description and using tags and like repeating different phrases in different ways to kind of trick Google into ranking a certain item. But it's really not how it works anymore. It has to do more with search intent, like whatever the person is typing up in search and whether they're finding that valuable content on that page that they click on. And in that sense, it's very much like YouTube. When you see a thumbnail and title, you're expecting a certain thing. When you click on it, does it actually solve the problem you had in your mind or satisfy a need for whatever entertainment or information you're seeking? And with YouTube being just another Google entity, I wouldn't be surprised if there is a lot of overlap in how that functions. I'm gonna look more into this and report back into a future video. My second tip is this quest log idea. I got this idea from one of the Ali Abdal videos, and basically you just have a Google Doc where you're documenting what you've been working on for the past hour or 2 hours, and I like to do this every time I take a break. It's unlikely that I would look back on this log, although I suppose I could, and I think it'd be interesting like 5 years from now to look at, wow, I spent so much time on the editing and the filming. The way I found it helpful is that it forces a reflection, even if it's for just 10 seconds, to say, okay, what have I been doing for the past hour? It's really helped me realize how much I do get done in a day, because before I did this, it was really easy to spend an entire day working on stuff, only to finally come down in the afternoon for the school run and notice, didn't even put away this laundry, and immediately feel bad for not being productive enough or not managing my time well. But now having the log, it shows me, you know what, you've been nonstop the entire day. These are all the things you've accomplished, and laundry was not even possible. And then B, if I do get distracted, I would have to type that in as part of the documentation. In a weird way, it holds me accountable. Like Lydia, the employee, has to report to Lydia, the boss. Don't ask me why this works, it just does. The third tip is to schedule breaks to refuel. It sounds counterproductive, and that's legit what I thought. Why would I break focus to do anything else? In the beginning, true story, when I was completely new to doing these businessy things at home, I would get so absorbed in focus. I loved it, but you know what? 3 p.m. would roll around and I'd be like, oh crap, I have 15 minutes literally before I have to get the kids, and I need to eat lunch, I need to shower, I need to do all these other things. And then I would end up scarfing down some junk food, which is totally not healthy. Now, I budget in time to make and eat lunch. It doesn't have to be a complicated meal. Today, I'm just roasting some cauliflowers that were sitting in our fridge for some time, and I'm eating some leftovers with some naan. During lunch or any intentional breaks, I don't try to multitask, I just rest. I might watch some YouTube or scroll social media or play a game on my phone, catch up on any messages and alerts that I got from friends and like family that I've missed for the past couple hours. I've personally found it really helpful to just completely take a clean break and not do anything productive at all, so that my mind really gets rest and gets to wander for a little bit. I also like to get a little boost of energy after lunch, and sometimes this can be coffee, and on some other days I like to drink a shot of Magic Mind, who is kindly partnering with me on this video. As a healthcare person who isn't generally super into supplements, I was really impressed with their level of transparency when I asked them about their ingredients. These have 55 milligrams of caffeine, which for context, usually coffee has about 100 to 200 depending on how strongly you brew it and what kind of brewing method you use. I really like how portable this is. It's a small volume, it's ready-made, it's got vitamins and all sorts of other goodies like matcha and ashwagandha, and it's surprisingly tasty for something that's a healthy choice. It's been a great addition to my post-lunch routine to help get me back into productive mode. Right now, they're offering all of us a 20% discount if you use the link below with the discount code, and they also offer a money-back guarantee if you don't like it, so check them out and let me know what you think. After lunch, I get back to work. I'm aiming to have about 2 more solid hours of focus before the school run, and this brings me to my fourth tip: managing distractions. There are a couple really straightforward things that anyone who's looking to avoid distractions can do. A is turn on the do not disturb on your phone. I don't know what the equivalent is on Android, but when I do this here, it also syncs with my laptop so that extra alerts don't come through. And then B, I like to preset a time limit of an hour or 2 hours until when I would allow myself to become distracted by anything else. For example, right now it's 12:30 and I'm going to set the goal of focusing until 2 p.m. And C, this is going to sound counterintuitive, but I schedule in time to get distracted, because even though distractions sound bad, some of them are needed and can be productive. They just need to be done at the right time. Like if I get an alert for a property that's coming on in the market that I'm interested in, I do want to look at that and run some numbers, just not like in the middle of me doing some focused work. Or an email that comes in with a receipt that I want to upload to Stessa, my bookkeeping app, a party invitation that would require me to check the calendar and respond. None of these really take that much time or brain space, which is precisely why I try to table them for more awkward awkward in between times later in the day. For example, if I'm waiting for a kid's extracurricular activities and I'm just hanging out in the car or like in the waiting area, that would be an ideal 25-minute time slot to do some of these things. Or if you have a commute where you're waiting for public transport and sitting on a train, or at the end of the night when I'm not really looking to get into anything that's too mentally intense. Knowing that I've budgeted time to knock out these distractions or less important tasks really helps me stay better focused on my 3 chosen projects for the day. Tip number 5 is to sprinkle in some active tasks in between the sitting tasks, or just switch locations. You can be upstairs, downstairs, you can sit outside if the weather is nice. Very occasionally, I would also go to a coffee shop or a local brewery. Switching out your environment can be so helpful for creativity and productivity and attention span, and any movement in general is a good thing. It's almost 3 o'clock, so I'm actually gonna go for a 10-minute loop around the neighborhood, and then I will have to go get my kids. No! Don't eat paper! You censor your eyeballs? I love it.
But this is your videos, Mama. Oh my god, oh no.
It's already 9 o'clock, and so the last thing I will do, last productive thing I will do, is a little bit of meal planning for the next couple days, and then I'm gonna call it a night. I totally recognize that having an occasional home day or self-employed day to work on stuff is completely a privilege that not everyone can pull off, and I'm actually still relatively new to doing this, and so if you have any tips and you work from home, you are self-employed, I am all ears. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me today and that some of these tips are useful to you. Don't forget to check out Magic Mind in the description box below, and I will see you again next week. Bye!